What if the lions were supposed to eat, but heaven closed their mouths? Daniel's story is one of the most dramatic scenes in the Bible, and yet it is not just about a man surviving in a pit of hungry beasts. It's about the collision between faith, politics, jealousy, and the invisible hand of God. It takes place in the reign of King Darius, when Daniel, a Jewish exile, had risen to a position of incredible influence in the Persian Empire. His wisdom, honesty, and devotion to God set him apart from the other high officials. But that same integrity stirred jealousy in their hearts. These men knew they couldn't find corruption in Daniel's work, so they targeted the one thing he would never compromise: his faith. They tricked King Darius into signing a royal decree that anyone who prayed to any god or man except the king for 30 days would be thrown into the lion's den. The law of the Medes and Persians could not be changed once written, and the trap was set. Daniel knew exactly what had been signed, but he also knew who he served. 3 times a day, he went to his upper room, opened the windows toward Jerusalem, and prayed just as he always had. The officials spied on him, caught him in the act, and rushed to the king. Darius was devastated. He respected Daniel and realized he had been manipulated, but the law was binding. That night, with a heavy heart, the king ordered Daniel to be brought to the den. The huge stone doors scraped open, the stench of lions thick in the air. Muscles rippled under golden fur, their eyes glowing in the dim torchlight. The soldiers pushed Daniel forward, and the king whispered, "May your God, whom you serve, continually rescue you." The stone was rolled over the den, sealed with the king's own signet ring. Alone in the darkness, Daniel could hear the low growl of the beasts, their heavy breathing, the shift of their massive bodies. But something strange happened. The lions did not move toward him with hunger. They stayed back, eyes watching but teeth silent. Daniel later said, "An angel of the Lord came and shut their mouths." We don't know exactly what that looked like, but imagine divine authority filling the den, unseen hands resting on each lion's jaw, holding them still. Perhaps they paced and flicked their tails, confused, unable to act on instinct. All night, Daniel remained unharmed. Meanwhile, King Darius could not sleep. He refused food, entertainment, even the comfort of music. At first light, he ran to the den and called out in a trembling voice, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve continually, been able to rescue you from the lions?" From inside came a calm, strong voice, "May the king live forever. My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me, because I was found innocent in his sight, nor have I ever done any wrong before you, your majesty." The king ordered the stone rolled away, and Daniel was lifted out without a scratch. The officials who had plotted against him were then thrown into the same den. This time, the lions did not hold back, tearing them apart before they even touched the floor. Darius issued a new decree throughout the empire, declaring the God of Daniel as the living God whose kingdom would never be destroyed. And yet, the question lingers: why weren't the lions hungry when Daniel was there? Some may try to explain it away. Perhaps they were well fed. Perhaps Daniel was spared by luck. But the text makes it clear: this was a miracle. The lions' nature was not changed. Their appetites were real. God simply overruled them. That is the heart of the story. God is able to control nature, power, and danger itself for the sake of those who trust him. Daniel did not know ahead of time that he would be saved. His obedience was not a bargain. It was a declaration that no earthly decree would come before his loyalty to the Lord. For us, the story is not just ancient history, it's a challenge. What den are you in right now? What situation feels like you are surrounded by forces that could devour you? The lions may take the form of fear, injustice, sickness, or betrayal, but the same God who closed their mouths for Daniel is alive today. He is not bound by the laws of nature or the limits of men. He can silence threats, stop attacks, and turn hopeless nights into testimonies of his power. The officials thought Daniel's faithfulness would be his downfall, but it became a reason for his deliverance. The king's sleepless night turned into a morning of joy. The den that should have been Daniel's grave became a stage for God's glory. And if he could do it then, he can do it now. So when you feel surrounded, pray. When the law of the world says there's no way out, look up. When you're pushed into the dark, remember that heaven has the power to shut the mouths of your lions. Let this story remind you, you are not alone in your den. God is still here, and his hand is still strong. If you believe that the same God who rescued Daniel can rescue you, type amen in the comments and let your faith be seen.